morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Saturday, May 17th, 2025. Let's rock. What was the damage yesterday? Let's see. Gold recovered almost half of its losses, down $37 to 3,201, but was definitely in the, 3152. I believe I said we might see 3150. Got pretty close. Silver down 34 cents, also recovering nearly half of its losses, ending at 32.26. In the silver futures market, the May futures 32.43, so 15-20 cent differential with futures being higher. The gold-silver ratio flatlining here around 99. The 10-year at 4.445, a little under 4.5. Steadily holding or creeping higher here, as seems like the news was out early. Somebody knew what was coming. I'll tell you what that is in a minute. And the dollar also flatlining here, pretty close to 100, almost 101. Pretty strong dollar, having to do with expectations of the Fed being higher for longer. Okay, they've had some very cautionary rhetoric coming out lately, and they are not looking to drop rates anytime soon. So there you go. Copper futures suffering yesterday, down 9 cents to 4.59. And in the economic calendar next week, we have nothing on Monday, nothing to speak of. Well, U.S. leading economic indicators on Monday, Fed head speakers galore on Tuesday, Fed head speaker on Wednesday, and all roads leading to initial jobless claims on Thursday. The S&P flash PMI. Existing home sales, etc. The news from Friday was basically housing market weakening, consumers not optimistic. And, well, there you go. I'm not sure why the markets keep going up. I think it was a trap. I think it was a bull trap. Before we get on to the best deals I can find anywhere on the internet, you can follow along on my website, bestsilvergolddeals.com, and it is sponsored by no bullion dealers, so I'll just try to find you the best deals here. I'll do the work so you don't have to. All right, but instead of the question of the day today, this is what dropped. This bombshell dropped Friday night. And I think they've been waiting patiently for the markets to get up to highs here to drop this bomb. Moody's downgrades U.S. credit, citing rising debt. This story from Politico, I'll read some of it. The firm said it expects federal deficits to widen, mostly due to increased interest payments on debt, higher for longer. Rising entitlement spending, not so sure about that. I think they'll be cutting entitlements. And relatively low revenue generation. You know what happens if we head into recession, which I've personally been expecting. Government revenues go down, and a very optimistic budget plan being planned, which it is not balanced and doesn't have a whole lot of chance of passing in its current format. I don't think that plan gets passed, that budget gets passed by Memorial Day. I think it'll look more like July before they sort that out. And there's going to be a lot of backing and filling on all those promises. Can they get to a balanced budget in anything close to Trump's plan? No. Can they get there on tariffs? No. Can they get there on Doge cuts? No. Can they get there with higher for longer interest rates on the federal debt? No. I think this is probably why Moody's finally moved to act here, and Moody's lost all credibility over the last few years. So you might downgrade this story, but nonetheless it moved the markets after market quite a bit, quite a big negative change in stock futures after the close. Moody's rating service on Friday said it's downgrading the U.S.'s credit worthiness in response to an increase in government debt over the last decade, where have they been, and rising interest payments in a blow to the Trump administration that could push up borrowing costs. This is probably why the 10-year is perking up here. The downgrade, which puts the U.S. one notch below the highest credit rating. Oh, still only one notch below? I thought they already downgraded it once before, was driven mainly by increased interest payments on the debt, entitlement spending, and relatively low revenue generation, it said. The fiscal outlook has not improved since the firm put the federal government on notice in November 2023 that it was at risk of losing its pristine reputation to borrowers. I mean, we have one of the highest, if not the highest, debt to GDP ratios in the civilized world. I'm not sure, why our debt rating is pristine. I guess it's a result of our armies. The announcement comes as Republicans are debating President Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill that it would extend 2017 tax cuts. Okay, check, that's a good idea. With some hard-line conservatives fighting to limit the increase in federal spending deficits. So they've got the debt limit vote coming up, I think in August, and that is probably when some budget will get passed prior to that. But those deficits would increase even under conditions outlined by that group. The House Budget Committee voted against advancing the package on Friday. I thought the House advanced the bill, but I guess I could be wrong. Successive U.S. administrations and Congress have failed to agree on measures to reverse the trend of large annual federal deficits and growing interest costs. Moody says, "We do not believe that material multi-year reductions in mandatory spending and deficits will result from current fiscal proposals under consideration." Notice we've had no significant cuts in the military budget, which is, I believe, our largest budget. So yeah, they got to hit the military if they're going to cut that deficit, along with entitlements, along with Social Security, this is all stuff you don't want to hear. And this is why my red light has been on for a while. The announcement raises the risk that investors could demand U.S. pay higher yields on its debt. Okay, well, I won't keep reading that, but yeah, expect for big sell-off Sunday night, Monday morning. And will that affect silver and gold? Oh, gosh, we'll have to see. If it gets out of control, it absolutely could. All right, if you're buying today and prices are lower than they've been in some time, let's go ahead and get on to the deals. And for you new stackers, I know we have a lot of them on the channel now, 14,000 subscribers on the channel. That's cool. Thank you all so much. What some people do, I mean, not everybody, some people just have an automatic dollar cost average, averaging strategy. But what some people do is when they're a little bit worried about the markets in general, the gold and silver market to be specific, they just reduce the size of their purchases. They don't stop purchasing. They just kind of pull back. Take that cash that you're saving, put half of it aside for blood in the streets, and keep buying in smaller quantities. That's what you might do if you're a little confused by my reports here or a little concerned. And maybe the concern for the U.S. government gives you more confidence to buy bigger. That would be up to you. It kind of depends on the size of your stack. All right, we got 1 gram gold. Summit Metals has that for $118 this morning. We've got secondary market gold at $112 at Hero Bullion. We have a new customer deal at bullion.com. Again, all these links on my website. It's all totally free. A 1/10 gold eagle, $359 at Summit Metals. A 1/10 maple is $346 at Bullion Exchanges. Everything will be brilliant uncirculated unless I say otherwise or they fool me. 1/10 secondary market circulated gold sovereign coin, $340 at Liberty Coin, they call themselves. Okay, a 1/4 ounce gold Krugerrand, $839. A 1/4 ounce eagle is $846 at Summit Metals. That Krugerrand was at Summit Metals as well. 5 gram gold in assay, not a bad price because Americans hate metric. This is a couple dollars more than your cheapest bar, but I think they're way cool. $5.50 for a 5 gram Royal Mint 5 gram bar. Okay, let's keep going. 1/2 ounce gold eagle, $16.39 at Summit. 1/2 ounce gold maple, $16.70 at Summit. 1/2 ounce Britannia, $16.78 at Hero. And just another word, I update my website very early in the morning. It's a manual process, good hunt and peck by by yours truly, and that's when it is most accurate, first thing in the morning. Some of these deals change throughout the day. Okay, a half-ounce gold Krugerrand, 1660 at Summit. A 1-ounce gold Eagle, 32.72 at Summit, but we'll get on to Costco in a minute, and then we'll get on to eBay to try to find better deals after we've set the benchmark here at the major dealers. A 1-ounce gold Buffalo, oh, just went out of stock? I'll have to fix that. Okay, sorry about that. A 1-ounce gold maple, 32.50 at Summit. We have a good price on a Walmart gold maple. Now, to get a better deal than the dealers are offering, you need a good 3% rebate credit card. I recommend the PayPal credit card for that. Check out through PayPal and you'll get an under market maple. If they don't charge you sales tax or they don't cancel your orders, you know, I'm not a fan, but a lot of people getting good deals on Walmart. Click that link right there to see how cheap that'll be. A 1-ounce gold Britannia is $3,257 at Monument Metals. A BU, I have AU in the title here, but it's actually brilliant uncirculated. St. Gaudens Double Eagle is $31.70 at SD Bullion. Only 0.9675 ounces of gold in that beautiful coin. Okay, you can get a 20 franc itty bitty foreign gold for $6.17 at Hero Bullion. And moving on to 1-ounce gold in assay, that is $32.54 at Bullion Exchanges. A lot of these Rand bars out there, and they're very nice little elephant bars. Let's do the Platinum Eagle. Platinum Eagle, $11.52 at Bullion Exchanges. Random BU Platinum Sovereign Coins, 1,106 at SD Bullion. And moving on to a Silver Eagle. Bullion Exchanges, I think, dropping their premiums here a little bit. Let's see, $32.50 to $36.50. Yeah, they've dropped their premiums back to about $4. $36.46 for one, $36.16 in a quantity of 20. They also probably have one at spot, which I don't really advertise anymore, but pick that up as well if you're going to get a tube of Silver Eagles at Bullion Exchanges. But wait, they'll be cheaper later. Okay, and off-quality Silver Eagles are going to be $35.46 at Bullion Exchanges. Moving on to, this is the story, the link to the story here, the Moody's downgrade. So do check that out and see what you think and whether you want to buy today or not. A silver maple is $35.26 at Bullion Exchanges. A kangaroo is $35.01 at Bullion Exchanges. A milky kangaroo, really horrible, ugly stuff from the Perth Mint, $34.07. The only really ugly, horrible coin the Perth Mint makes. Normally their stuff is just pristine. A silver Britannia is $35.01 at Bullion Exchanges. A Krugerrand is $35.27 at Summit Metals. Bullion Exchanges sold out of Krugerrands. A Philharmonic is $35.01 at Bullion Exchanges. And did you guys get that Libertad deal? I see you guys bought them out. $35 Libertads at Kitco. If you bought that, I would love to know what you got. Boy, that is such a curiosity. They listed those at $5 under market at Kitco. They had a bunch of them. So, yeah, they had a picture of a 2014 Libertad, and some of you scooped that up. Let me know what you got. God, I really wanted to buy that myself, but I didn't. Okay, let's keep going here. And the mintages, no, we don't want to do the mintages on Libertads, but if you're looking for the Libertad mintages, right here on the website is the 24 mintages for gold and silver. 24 is a higher year. Okay, the Eagle, Privy Eagle, which some people are picking up, are $45. If you want to know what the price on that'll be in a couple months, take a look at the Star Privy Eagle, $42. Okay, they made too many. Case closed. Over at Costco, we got lower prices, and let's see what we got. We got the silver bar at $3.59, the gold maple at $32.49, the gold bar at $32.49, and then if you want to pay up for the Buffalo, $32.99, and the Eagle, also $32.99. On this, use your Executive Club membership. Yes, it costs $130. And also a good rebate credit card, like a 2% rebate credit card. They do not take PayPal or American Express here. And get a smoking deal on a Buffalo or an Eagle or an underspot gold bar. I'm pretty sure that'll be under spot if you do the math there. So that's Costco if you play that game, and a lot of people do. And yeah, very good. Okay, junk in the trunk this morning over at SD Bullion, 23.8 times face. And the cheat sheet on that is right next to it. 23.8 will be about 33.50 on junk. With silver at 32, about $1.50 premium. Get over to those coin shops on YouTube, I recommend, to pick up your junk. In a larger quantity, it'll be a little cheaper. It'll be 23.52 for a $100 bag over at Pinehurst Coins. SD Bullion may have something very similar there. Okay, moving on. The 10-ounce cast bars over at Pinehurst are $3.39. And okay, 1 ounce rounds over at Golden Eagle are 33.84. We have got, what else do we want to look at here? The goose is loose, and it is still pretty pricey at 72.54. Unlimited mintage on this, but a beautiful 2 ounce format. I like that coin. Okay, moving on to a kilo. A kilo can be had for $1,074 at Monument Metals, and the kilo Perth Mint coin is still up at $1,107. They will send you a scratched capsule if you buy that. Just get ready for that, guys. Okay, now we are on eBay. We're going to try to find some cheaper prices using our credit card strategy. And for this, you will need a good 3% rebate credit card to get better deals. I recommend the PayPal credit card for everybody. It's 3% unlimited cash back. And the American Express Everyday Cash Card, also 3% cash back for you guys with better credit. The Amex card will work at the grocery store and on Amazon, for example. The PayPal card only works when you check out through PayPal. Whatever you do, do not run a balance on your credit cards. Pay those off immediately after you get the savings here. Okay, here's a good old pocket pinger. Pocket pinger can be had for $35, and you got to have one of those when you go to garage sales, looking at those old Morgans and whatnot. Put them on the pinger and make sure that they are legit. All right, here we're going to see some Silver Eagles. People getting some great deals on Silver Eagles lately. And let's see what we can find today. 730. And this is a 264 feedback seller. 100% positive. Right on the bubble there, but that's not terrible. Okay, and we've got 2016 Silver Eagles in the tube. And that is a picture of that. And they look good. Okay, so 730 on this would put you at 36.50, 35.50 out the door, 350 over spot. So you can buy, come on back. You could buy that deal today if you want to save a little money on Silver Eagles. Let's keep going here. So I'll just make that bigger. All right, moving on. How about a big lot? And a little bigger seller here is $11 more, but I think you could buy that 730 tube in a big old lot of 100 for you heavy hitters. 36.85, 35.85 out the door, which is 385. The small lot was cheaper. How about that? No calls to be seen. Let's move on to the rotation. 25 maples are $8.93. 25 Britannia's cheapest price is $8.81. 25 Kangaroos cheapest price is $8.74. I think that'll be our cheapest. $8.74 Kangaroos are going to be, look at my cheat sheet here, and $8.74 is going to put you right about $33.90 per coin after your 3% discount, which would be about $1.90 over spot this morning. Let's keep going. Junk in the trunk is going to be $10 face, that is, and here is a $10 face. There we go. 24.5, 23.75 out the door. So check that to the dealer deal. You may like that deal there. Let's go on to a large lot of junk in a very big trunk. Okay, and we're going to get past the holes and the slicks. And here we go, full date quarters, 24.09. Yeah, that's worth really looking at there. In stock, big seller, good feedback. And there we go, 24.09. On this, you take 75 cents off, and you'll be at 23.35 times face. 23.35 times face. The cheat sheet is up here, unfortunately. 23.35 times face is going to be 23.35. It puts you at about 32.40, maybe 32. No, let's see. 32.50, 30. I don't know, like 50 cents, 60 cents over spot, over melt for this deal right here. Nice deal right there for you heavy hitters that want a lot of junk. Now we got to get back to where we were. Sorry about that. But that's worth buying if you're buying today. Okay, and oh man, I really got out of whack here. Okay, we did the junk. I'm going to skip the Carson Cities and the Morgans today, but you know I like those. The other thing you can do if you don't want to buy metals is buy numismatics, and you may find a really good money coin here. That'd be the Carson City and MS65. Buy the coin, not the slab, and look for PCGS or see, they got a 1903 mixed in here. Let's see. We want a Carson City. That is the collectible coin. Here's one in the slab, PCGS, MS65, in the GSA Horde. In the old days, they used to crack these out of the slabs regularly and grade them. Yeah. Oh, that's a beauty. At $4.99, he'll take a best offer. So if you got something like that at $4.75, take 3% off. You got it at $4.60 or so. That's a good long-term hold, and that seller is away. That is not going to work. Oh, doggone it. Thought I had a good one there. $5.09, and he does not take a best offer there. But, oh, and that's a 64 plus. Okay, they're fooling me this morning. We want a legit MS65, and that is a Annex. You don't want Annex or ICG. Just avoid it. All right, we're up to 525, so I guess no smoking deals on numismatics this morning. Peace dollars in MS64 are really, really cheap. Look at this, 60 bucks for a slabbed peace dollar. You can give those away as Christmas presents. Okay, let's move on. Let's do the cheapest kilo this morning. Cheapest kilo, 1103, not that good. Let's do the vintage bar of the day. Here's a legit Silvertown bar, low serial number, 400 bucks. There you go. That's nice for your vintage bar collection. The ones without the serial numbers are remakes. Don't buy those. Cheapest kilo kook this morning is 1141. I don't know, close to 1100 out the door. Tuba kooks are 753, 3750, 3650 out the door. I think I'll pass. How about 1 ounce rounds? Big old lot of 1 ounce rounds. Woo, here we go. This is a big seller, good feedback, $12 shipping, $33.72, about $32.72 out the door for whatever the heck those are. Some of those look tarnished, so you may not want that one. $33.80 for a brand new lot. Anyway, those are dirt cheap. If you if you're just buying silver, you could even buy those and melt them. Okay, let's keep going here. The small lot of silver rounds are too good to be true at $6.55. No, will you please go away? Somebody with 92 feedback. You want that feedback to be at least over 98. Let's see, $6.81 for, that'd be 34 coin, 33 out the door, dollar over spot for brand new random design rounds, beating the dealers all day long by like almost $1. The cowboy round, how cheap can it get? It is now about 35, about 34 and change out the door. You'll pay more if you go to Scottsdale for that. A 100 ounce bar can be had as cheap as $33.85, $32.85 out the door. Get the rounds over the bar every day of the week, unless they got something really cool like an Engelhard. And I'm looking, I don't see it. There's an Engelhard bar. You can get an old Engelhard bar for $34.45, $33.45 out the door, about $1.40 over spot. I think we could probably do better than that. Let's see, and we'll get on to gold here. Okay, before we get on to gold, breaking news here from Son of a Silver Stacker, and look at this headline here. I'm going to pause that. A really good channel. Treasury says they are looking at material change for the nickel that reduces the cost of production. I've been talking about nickels for months and months and months here, and this is it. I haven't seen the video or read the story, but get over to his channel and find out what's going on with the composition of the nickel. Oh, very, very interesting. Did you think that they were going to keep using nickel and copper? Actually, 75% copper, 25% nickel in the modern nickels. You may not have known that. And I don't know what the mintages are. I can't see a picture of a nickel here anywhere. There, got nickels there. Anyway, did you think they were going to keep putting those, copper, strategic commodity, and nickel, also strategic in warfare, etc. Do you think they were going to keep putting those two commodities in the nickel that costs like a dime or more to make now? No, they're going to reformulate it with zinc probably, or something. Yeah, I think zinc would probably work. Boy, that's going to be horrible. And you can still go to your bank and get nickels. You can get a $100 box of nickels for $100. I've been talking about this forever. Watch what happens in the aftermarket and at the banks with your nickels. Okay, let's get on to the gold, because I know you guys don't stack nickel, but I do. Okay, a 1 gram gold is going to be as cheap as, whoa, come back. 119, about $4 off, puts you at about 115 on a gram of gold on eBay with a 3% discount. 1/10 ounce gold, and small gold is good, guys. Small. Oh, look at that prospector for $340. It is big seller, good feedback, free shipping. He looks like he has been beat to hell. Oh, well, this is just gold is gold, but you'd be out the door at about 3,300 melt on that if you just want some awful looking gold. But if at 346, you can get a 1/10 gold bar, 336 out the door. But the prospector here is going to be your cheapest fractional gold this morning. Let's go on to a 1/10 gold eagle. 1/10 gold eagle. If we can find a real listing. Let's see, BGASC. And 368 for a 1/10 gold eagle, $10 off, 358. Compare that to the price above and see if you like that deal. And if you buy 20, you get them for 365. No, you'd probably buy 10. You probably would get them for 366. Work on that Yankee Cannon. And 356 out the door, 3560 melt. I don't know. I think we could do a little better. Let's keep looking here. Random quarter ounce gold is going to be as cheap as, what do we got here? And okay, quarter ounce Freedom Tower, 826, a little too cheap. Good seller, good feedback, $5 shipping. I don't know that coin. I just don't know that coin. I'm going to skip that one and go to, it's very, very cheap. I would be suspicious of that unless you know otherwise. Okay, you can get the Bison, the RCM Bison coin here. It is BU, nothing wrong with that. It's a good seller, good feedback. $8.50 on this one. You're going to take $25 off. You'd be at $8.25 on quarter ounce. And if my math is right, that is 3,300 melt on fractional sovereign gold. Nothing wrong with that deal at all. Yeah, the bull is loose. Okay, let's keep going here. That's nice on the quarter ounce. Oh, let's find you something even better. Did I do the quarter ounce gold eagle? I guess not. Quarter ounce gold eagle, 689. Zero feedback seller. That is a scam. 871, there you go, maybe circulated. 871, $25 off. It'll put you at about 845 on a quarter ounce gold eagle with those good credit cards I recommend. Let's keep going to something bigger. Let's go right on to 1 ounce random gold. Maybe we'll find a Krugerrand or something in here. A lot of rings. Let's see, we got to get up over $3,000, don't we? Yeah, of course we do. Let's see, we got, give me something legit. There's one, $3,300. It is a big seller, good feedback, free shipping, BU. Everything looks legit on this. Why is it so damn cheap? 1,100 feedback, 3,300 or best offer. Let's see if they say anything weird in the comments. Just selling off some of my stack. I can verify its purity on a Sigma if asked. I will send, well, this looks like a totally legit deal here, guys. Wow. Oh boy, just a good old stacker, worried about gold going lower, and he's selling this for 3,300. Make him an offer of 3,250. Get it out the door. It's at spot. And look, he's got only one left. People are buying this deal. Trying not to make you dizzy. That is a smoking deal. Okay, just saying. This is why we shop on eBay. And also Costco and Walmart, but that's a good one right there. Oh my God, I'm not going to beat that, so I'm just going to move on. All right, and here is stuff in my eBay store. If you want to ask me for a friend discount, you channel members can get my bars that I pour old school style at $250 over spot. Just join the channel membership. Yeah, you can always just ask me for any kind of discounts you're looking for. No harm in asking. Okay, and here we go. The Sigma Precious Metals Verifier. I think it's about $1,000. And yeah, they raised the price a little bit, but I'm pretty sure he'll take around $950 for this if you make the offer. And it's the it's the old version that works just fine. You don't need a $1,500 precious metals verifier. You don't really need one at all, but a lot of people like to have them. I use the Neomidian magnets and so forth, and the CCT coin slide. And, well, I have faked it for a lot of years now. I've never ponied up the $1,000, but I probably should have. But I've never really had a problem with fakes. Just be smart where you buy. You buying at garage sales and whatnot, and from dealers in China or Singapore or somewhere. Funny I mentioned Singapore. Let's see. So anyway, do what you want. All right, there's a vacuum sealer. You're going to need one of those. They're very, very cheap. Highly recommend it if you're buying all that British silver that tarnishes like crazy. There's a Devil Forge, like for $150. You can melt anything down into shot and probably make about $4 per ounce on the retail value of that. Shot sells for more than those 100-ounce bars do. Here's the Amex card. Highly recommend the Amex card. They're going to give you a couple $100 back when you buy an ounce of gold. They're going to give you 3% back when you're at the grocery store or on Amazon. But you got to have good credit for that one, and it does cap out. PayPal does not cap out. Anybody can get this card. Exceedingly high interest rates. If you run a balance, then shame on you. Don't do that, guys. Don't be loading the boat on credit here, okay? You could just get wiped out. Examine the size of your stack and make sure that if gold goes back to 2,800, you're not going to slit your throat, okay? Just, keep that stack the right size for you and be able to hold on to it for a couple of years at least, because anything can happen here in the future. It's not all roses, puppy dogs, and unicorns. Okay, sometimes we have down markets. I think we'll be back in a bull market before you know it, but I think we got to get over a little speed bump here. The Quicksilver card is a great card as well. Lots of good deals coming up with Quicksilver. 1.5% cash back on that. If you're looking for a good 2% credit card, the Wells Fargo card is a decent 2% credit card. If you're looking for a 2.5% virtually unlimited credit card, Alliant Credit Union has one with a lot of hoops you have to jump through to get. But, my cards are the American Express card, the Wells Fargo credit card, the Quicksilver credit card, the Alliant Credit Union 2.5% cashback credit card. I had to cancel my PayPal credit card because they flagged me and stopped giving me discounts. If you have a business account, they'll flag you on that PayPal card, so I don't get to use that anymore. Okay, and Costco has a credit card as well, I believe. Okay, and more stuff and picks of the day. Okay, for you people that just want to blow some money on a collector coin, here it is. Here's your 4-gram gold completer coin. 1,500 mintage and very, very, very hard to find. It may never come to the United States or even to Canada. But over at LPM Hong Kong, you can pick this up. Best of my ciphering is probably going to be about $1,200. And there's going to be currency conversion charges and so forth. So consider that carefully before you pick that up. Only for you collectors out there or you stacker flippers. And yeah, you can pick that up, and they will mail it to the U.S. insured. You may or may not get a customs charge. It's a pig in a poke. But if you got to have one of these, LPM Hong Kong, who is the sponsor of this coin, who actually created this coin. And it's not a coin. This is actually a bar. All the completer coins are the brainchild of LPM Hong Kong. They made a bunch of money off that series, and somehow they collaborated with the Royal Mint. Anyway, it's an LPM Hong Kong dealio here. A lot of people want this, and $1,200 or so. You do the math, okay? That's all I have. I'm not going to hit the 10 ounce is back at SD Bullion. I won't go there, but SD Bullion's got the 10 ounce completer bar at around $400. So they had 69 of those in stock last night. I don't know what they have today. If you're looking for the 10 ounce completer, that's going to be a popular coin in the resale, popular bar in the resale market. Let's keep going here. And we're going to start landing this plane. Commendations and salutations. Okay, 3 coin shops on YouTube I highly recommend. Get on there, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll want to track what they sell. And they've got some pretty good buy prices. I like Coin Huskers on the sell side because he will send you an insured label and lock in your prices. Do that before you ever do anything with JM Bullion. That's my recommendation there. You can support my work a few different ways here. A cup of coffee is greatly appreciated, and you can join my membership channel right here. If you appreciate what I'm doing at no cost to you, you can give back to the channel by clicking this join button right here. YouTube will bang you $4.99 per month, and then you'll be part of the inner circle, and I hope I can help you any way you'd like me to. All right, keeping moving on here. Oh, the Gixton's a pretty good sniper tool if you want to get some of those auctions. I don't typically show the auctions, but people get really good deals on auctions on eBay as well. But you got to be prepared to pay up if you win, right? Okay, there's that Capital One card. You don't want to know what JM Bullion pays for gold and silver. Oh, I wanted to hit the... there it is, the flowing hair. Okay, the gold flowing hair. Remember I said to hodl these. That's hold on for dear life. And yeah, they are performing in the aftermarket just fine. Now you got gold going down, but look at this, what the sealed box for the gold flowing hair. If you bought one, I hope you kept it in the box. That's the way to sell them on eBay, is in the box, because people can pull a PF70 and get $6,000 for it. These are now selling for $5,400 to $5,500, or at least they're asking that. So hopefully you still got your gold flowing hair. It is basically the gold coin of the year, maybe of the decade, and I hope you still have yours. If you want to pick that up in raw format, it'll be a lot cheaper, but those of us that kept ours in the sealed box, we're making money on those. Okay, just wanted to hit that because hopefully you're happy you held on to that. All right, and let's I don't know what to do. Okay, that's enough. I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing here. Subscribe if you want to see it every day. I'll leave you with this Moody's downgrade story. You want to check that out and see what happens in the stock market and the metals market Sunday night, Monday morning. And anyway, share the video if you'd like to show a friend how to get better deals. You got to do a little work, but it's worth it. And share on social media to all the places that won't have me. Anyway, I do appreciate those shares and everything you guys do. I'll see you in the comments section. You guys have a wonderful Saturday. Bye now.